Hi ladies and gentlemen, welcome to SA Accounting Academy. Here's a short clip on one of our previous webinars. I hope that you really do enjoy it.
Good day ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the monthly compliance and legislation update for April 2019. On behalf of SA Accounting Academy, a warm welcome to our new subscribers, and also, as always, a very warm hello to all our regulars. My name is Lettie Janse van Vuuren, and I will be your facilitator for the next 2 hours. Let's get started with our logistics. First of all, remember you've got your slides on the screen. You should have your slides in front of you as well. I have made sure that the slides are uploaded to you in a format in PDF, so that you can actually print 3 slides per page, and there'll be space for notes to write on as well. So the webinar is supplemented by this slideshow presentation. Our monthly webinar material is uploaded immediately after the webinar to your profile. And then we have source documents. I just want to show you those 2 documents quickly. I want to show you the monthly webinar material as well as the source documents. So let's go to my monthly webinar material. On the agenda for this month, we have 1 accounting item, right, our regular IFRS update, and then under auditing and assurance services, a whopping 6 items this month. Company secretarial, we've got 4 notices from CIPC, and then 1 the company's tribunal, right, all the cases there. Under employment law, for a change this month, we don't have any items. Don't worry, next month we'll have quite a couple. I already saw a couple coming through there. So next month we'll have definitely, I think, more than 2. Under other laws and regulations, we've just got the 1 item, but that's our big 5 that we've got. Our big 5 per the 2 legislation updates. So those documents do contain summaries on that. I'll show that to you as well. Under the taxation side, we have 10 items. So that's all on the SARS side. The regulator news, we've got 19 items this month. Things on the forefront of the regulators are very busy, right? Everybody's busy issuing formal documents and providing guidance and whatnot. So it's good for us, but also bad because we've got to know about all of these. And then under general announcements, there's just 1 news release in terms of a SARS VAT fraud case. We've got 1 item. All right. So let's get straight into the swing of things. We're going to start off with the accounting update. And there you'll see our monthly news summary. Now remember, this is our new format. And this is what happened during the month of March. In terms of the IASB, which is the International Accounting Standards Board, as well as the IFRS Foundation. So there are the items that they dealt with. Only, I think there were 8, but the one really wasn't a good topic, so I just left that one out for you. So the first one is the trustees of the IFRS Foundation appointed 2 new members to the IASB as board members. So their names are available if you want more than that. I think it's just for information purposes. And then we've got, there's a speech on the primary financial statements project. Is this a game changer in financial reporting or not? So the chair of the board there, Hans Hogervorst, he delivered a speech that was organized. So in that speech, he basically describes the global nature of IFRS standards, as well as the recently issued major standards, and how the board is working on improving the formatting and the structure in IFRS financial statements through the project that they call primary financial statements. It's ongoing, and it's also a standing agenda meeting at their regular monthly meetings. The next one is a feature on the agenda decisions, right? So this is the agenda decisions, and this is in terms of the IFRS Interpretations Committee. They basically just discuss their position on some of the agenda decisions that have been reached, and they do say time is of the essence there. In terms of the IASB, there's a March podcast that has been published, right? This is in terms of the technical staff member, where they do the latest podcast, then summarizing the board's recent decisions, and then also talk through some of the decisions of the March meeting. The next one I think is quite an interesting one if you're into the insurance thing. IFRS 17 has a podcast that was done in March, And that IASB, in the March IASB meeting, that is now available for you. Number 6 talks about a package of 35 supporting modules on the IFRS for SMEs standard that is now available. So there are 35 supporting modules to help anybody who has to apply the IFRS for SMEs standard. So you'll remember we've looked at some of them in past months. So all 35 of them are there. It's a full package. Number 7 talks about the IFRS Foundation that's published the IFRS taxonomy for 2019. Now, all that this includes is it includes all the changes that result basically from a common practice update, as well as a general improvement update to the IFRS taxonomy of last year. So your summary has been included in your material. So there's links for everything. If you want to have a look at, for instance, the supporting modules, there's a link to any of these if you want to go and view it. In terms of our auditing and other assurance services, we're first of all going to start with IRBA's revised CIPC, which is the Code of Professional Conduct, and its implications on the issuing of reports. All right. So this was an IRBA alert that was issued on the 5th of March. Remember that IRBA had their CPC revised on the 12th of November. Now, that was done in terms of the big revision of the IRBA code that included comprehensive amendments in terms of a restructuring. I know we had the long association changes, all sorts. All right. So this looks at the different dates of that the sections become effective. And they also talk about, they also talk about the effect of those dates on the auditors and the assurance providers' reports. So that's what this is all about. I have included for you full details in your webinar material, and the various documents that are there are also available to your source docs. So let's go and have a look at my material quickly. Let's just go there to the webinar material. There we go. Okay, so in terms of the background, this is what was done last year. Okay, there's the following effective dates. So you'll see a lot of them. Parts 1 and 3 are effective from the 15th of June this year. Part 4A and 4B, those are related to periods on or after, periods beginning on or after 15 June 2019. Now, remember that there was also a note from the board notice. I've just included this for you. There's a paragraph that will only have effect for the audits of financial statements for periods that begin prior to 15 December 2023. So that facilitates the transition through the required cooling off period of 5 consecutive years there, right, for the partner rotation. If we're looking at working with the effective dates, this is what we're talking about in terms of current period. The implication you'll see in my material, I always have this red lightning bolt thingy. That's just to draw your attention to a very important area. And then you'll see that I've also highlighted some areas in yellow, just so because I think that's where the most important areas lie. So even in the summaries, I've given you more salient items there as well. All right. So let's have a look at the implications here. You'll see what I've got in here. And I've also included all of this on your slides for you. Right. So let's get back to the slides. And we're looking at the how the effective dates impact how the IRBA code is described in your reports that you issue. If it's in the current period, so in other words, reports are issued before 15 June 2019, you will be required to comply with the extant IRBA code. Extant's just a fancy word for existing, okay? Somehow they always use it, just sounds very fancy. I'm not even ashamed to admit it. I know I'm very Afrikaans, and I had to go and look up the meaning when I first saw the word extant. Okay, so the existing code, and that's going to describe the IRBA code of conduct, is consistent with the IASB code of ethics for professional accountants in terms of Part A and Part B. The next one deals with the transitional period. So this will be for reports that are issued on or after 15 June for audits of financial periods or assurance engagements where the periods begin on or before or on 14 June 2019.
I hope that you enjoyed that video. For more of our webinar videos, go to www.accountingacademy.co.za. Thank you and have a lovely day.